So good. So we had to remove that. When we started getting back together with this, we said everybody was kind of against it for the most part. We said, no, let's just let it be the past. We had fun, we were kids doing whatever the heck we were doing. And then we decided if we're going to go forward with this, all of a sudden, myself and Mark Lockhart, the male lead singer of the band, we decided we're going to do it the way we should have in the first place. Remove all the bullshit that's involved with people being on drugs, not practicing hard enough, not learning the songs, just goofing off, simply not being adequate enough on their instrument itself. We got rid of them, cut them right out. It was tough because we were friends with the people. Over time, for some reason, you become friends with these crazy musician people. And we had to put up with that. There's a lot of emotional stress going back and forth, saying, oh, how could you do this? I was an original member and all that. And we had it set in our minds, and we said it's just this one way, or else we're not going to do it. And they really wanted us to do it. We were kind of key elements in what the band was in the first place. So we removed all those guys. We said, screw you guys. You go do your own thing. They're doing their own thing. They're having fun anyway. They're in the type of bands where they could express themselves through drinking and drugs and things like that. Which, that's their thing. They do have fun doing it. I can't knock them for that. That's their end goal. That's awesome. We want to attempt to be accurate with the music when we're playing live to really give people a good time, that type of stuff. And we're doing dance music now. A lot of the modern club dance stuff. And I'm a guitar player, so I don't know what the hell I'm supposed to be doing. I stand there on stage, I'm like, okay. I used to play a synth on the guitar, which would trigger the keyboard sounds, which I could get away with, but it mistriggered and it sounded like tuba fart noises in the middle of when I was playing. It never worked out. Yeah, lots of problems with that. I'm not going to Roland is a great company, but that trigger thing, at least the way I set it up, sucked on my guitar. So we ended up going through keyboard players, and I don't know what it is. Locally, I cannot find a keyboard player who's willing to... You could try out, Lucia. I'd have absolutely no problem with that. I would try anybody out without even question.
Oh, come on, illustration prayer.
But we had some great... I can't get into some of this because I don't want to make people upset. We've had some crazy people audition who just should not be for anything, ever, for any kind of band or anything. For a job, you shouldn't be auditioning for anything. Some of these guys.
They could come work here.
That would be very fitting. Yes, yes. We had a severely religious individual who showed up with his Casio keyboard with notes, stickers on the keys. Yes, he was an all right guy. Now, normally, I wouldn't say anything about this. However, he talked himself up. I am a trained expert classical piano player. I've been doing this for years. How many notes can you hear, Alan, at the same time? I'm like, what the hell is he asking me? The guy didn't audition. So that's that. I don't want to get into that in detail. I'm not out to piss anybody off or be mean. So that guy didn't cut it. We had a few others in mind. We had a couple really good keyboard players in mind, but they're extremely busy doing their thing, and keyboard players tend to want to be in something that's already out there and done. They don't want to go through a phase of getting stuff together. They say, oh, I'm the keyboard player. They all tend to have that egotistical side, even worse than singers for some reason.
Keyboard players?
I found this, yes. Keyboard players don't want to be a part of anything until it's already ready to go out and get them some money, because they could go, the good ones could go out and be a pianist and just, yes, penises. They could be a pianist and they could play alone and make more money than they would in a band anyway.
Where?
If they're talented. Doing like dinner places, things like that. Anywhere where it's...
the retirement home?
Yes, retirement homes work.
Wow.
I wouldn't be caught playing. I suck at piano anyway. But
I want to be in a rock band, but let me go play at the retirement home.
Well, that's the other thing, too. Their influences are very
Play me a song,
strange.
you're the piano man. God.
But we recently had a guy named John, very, very nice guy. He was dedicated. He really worked hard on the stuff. And he was a counselor, like a therapist, which was perfect for a band because we're all kind of insane in our own ways, and he could tie it together and say, listen, you guys, and he couldn't deal with it. He said, you guys are too crazy. And he literally was backing out of everything, saying, I can't do this. And then he had issues somewhat with timing on things, and we have stuff booked we have to, like right now, we got to do, and he wasn't quite up to speed with it. So possibly bringing him back in the future, or somebody who's able to do it, would be fine. But we had to say no more keyboard player, so guess what happened? I have to program a bunch of samples of me doing keyboard stuff. Backing tracks, essentially.
Well, What kind of music did you say you were playing?
Modern. I'm only doing the backings for the majority of modern club dance, like Usher, things like that.
Kind of what they do.
Yes. See, now we had this argument in the band. They said
Auto-tune and yeah.
Yeah, well, actually, I mentioned that. I said I would absolutely love to have an auto-tune on stage live. It'd be perfect. You couldn't suck. You know, you'd have to really do something out of the ordinary to suck.
Do they have auto-tune for radio?
Yeah.
So we wouldn't suck?
Well, you can't be helped. Go then.
Oh, we should get one for comedians, too.
So what, maybe you could be funny? No, that's the end of that. 0 for 2.
So
I do this for a profession, okay? I was a really, really fat dude for 35 years, okay? Killing people's self-esteem, it was a survival skill. You don't want to do this.
So we ended up removing the keyboard stuff. I had to do it. I always get stuck doing a lot of things. I do website design. She's better at it now, so she does it instead.
She would be?
Holly, my girlfriend.
Hi, Holly. How are you?
Hi.
Good.
Yes, she's amazing at it.
The mystery she. This is radio. They can't see you.
Oh, that's correct. No, they got some video going. I don't know what it's on. It could be on my head.
I had people complaining that they couldn't see you. So Mr. Sawyer has you over on here.
They don't really see me.
Over here on camera too.
But anyway, I recently, I'm used to doing backings because I get paid as a guitar teacher, and also I do backings for a website called jamplay.com. And I go out there and I teach, and also they had, recently I did some Megadeth song backings for another teacher there. Like I'll just basically do the drums and the bass. And then before that, the guy from Atreyu, Travis, is going out there to teach his that band's songs, and for some reason they needed backings, which blew my mind. I figured, why couldn't they just get the stuff from their studio sessions? But they're on a break, so I don't know what the heck's going on. So I was doing all this stuff where I would sit on the computer essentially all day, every day, and not play guitar, and sit here and go, I'm programming it on the staff, the bass part and the drum parts, and I'm not a drummer. So I have to learn what the hell this cymbal is. I hear these weird noises going on, and I'm like, there's too many friggin' cymbals. The drums are too expensive. They got too many parts. They kind of piss me off. And I can't play guitar, and I'm sitting there like, this sucks. And I finally got it done, and now the band says, okay, we're going to go without a keyboard player, so make us some Usher backings and Lady Gaga. So now I'm doing that.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Sounds like a joy.
It's lovely. So if there are any keyboard players out there.
that's what we were going to get to. Where do you have a band page up here on Facebook?
Probably.
Since
Mark
nothing
has something on there.
Since nothing seems to happen unless it's on Facebook.
True.